Hey guys, today I'm talking to FNATIC's 6th man, Kamyk. This is another absolute banger of an episode, so much great information, as always one that you must watch all the way to the end. We talk about Kamyk's experience working with FNATIC, the #1 team in the world. We talk about his experience playing Sentinel for them, and all of the flexibility that he's going to bring to the new team that we can't really yet talk about. Absolutely an episode you have to watch. Hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll see you in a bit. Tell me more about FNATIC. Tell me more behind the curtain, of obviously of what you can say. Things that you really think make
about
a difference.
FNATIC. Like, it's not like a usual typical team that would just practice, go play, leave, and repeat. FNATIC is more of a family. You know?
What things that you did in kind of your FNATIC that you learned from FNATIC do you really want to take into the new team? The new secret team that we're not going to mention yet.
The way they work, like, even though it was like only a practice, they were always like disciplined and stuff. You know, it's like because it's like all about the practice. It's like you practice for you to play well in officials. It's not you for just play practice and show up like doing random stuff. You know.
So anyway, how are you doing? How's life?
It's okay. Could be better, you know, but it's like in a position that I cannot complain, so it's pretty fine.
It would have been nice to see you in VCT again, because I think you really showed your potential. Not that. Well, obviously the official announcement hasn't happened yet, but I think it'll be exciting to see you to go and perform wherever you're going, right? But
I was supposed to go to the tier 1, but like I feel like I got a bit scammed, you know, and they didn't get me. But
that's really unfortunate.
The team I got in tier 2 is like really good, so we might go to the VCT with them.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't. You absolutely have it in you, right? I think you know that you have a huge amount of experience to draw from that will not just help you, but also help your team, I think, right? I think you can bring a lot to a team because of your background and experience. Yes. So I guess I'll give you like a rundown of what... There's a couple of topics that I would really like to cover, actually. The first one is, and I think probably most people would be interested in, is kind of what's it like to be a member of FNATIC and what really makes a team like that so successful. I think that's one topic I would like to cover. And I think... The other one for me is about you personally and your performance in VCT, particularly with Sentinel. I think I'd love to gain some more insight into that role specifically. So it depends where you'd like to start. I think for me it makes sense to kind of start with you. Tell me a bit about kind of yourself and also how you've been so flexible for so long. But then specifically, I think when it comes to Sentinel, I think that's something I would really like to focus on today.
Like, I'm Max. I'm like 20 years old. I like gym, Valorant, and that's my main goals right now. And like about the flex role, it's like I'm getting bored of playing one agent over and over and over again. You know, it's like in like most games, I like when there is like agent champions or like legends to choose. Like for example, in the Apex Legends, I never like played one direct agent. I mean, I played Chamber, but it's like
it was too broken not to.
I mean, I'm still playing Chamber because like I like the agent himself. Like it's like one of my favorite agents in the game, despite the nerfs and stuff. But like I like to play like the supportive role that I can play with my team. You know, like so I can just like support them and stuff. But like I have moments when I like to just go for a peek myself as well. So it's just depends on the day, honestly.
It's interesting, yeah, because you've played so many different roles. I mean, if people will know you for playing with FNATIC and playing when we filled in on Sentinel and having an absolutely insane performance. But I think your versatility is something that is unusual, right? I don't think there are many players that play so many different roles.
Right, like I played so many different roles because like I've been asked if I want to swap, if I don't want to swap, and I'm like I don't like to say no in the teams, you know, because like if something is gonna make us better, I'm gonna do it, obviously, you know. But like I wanted to say one thing, but I forgot. uh,
That's all right.
it might sound like a bit egoistic, but I feel like I'm like versatile and like a bit like really consistent in myself, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And players usually like lacks consistent because of their like lifestyle, you know.
Mm. I've been seeing a lot of your gym stuff, and obviously I talked to Stan about it. I mean, I'm a regular gym
Yeah,
goer myself, and I think I don't think I can advocate for it enough. You know, I think it's like such a big thing, like really,
it is.
really just
Like
bringing that kind of consistency and discipline to your life, right?
it does. Like for example, even though I was a sub, I was like sleeping well, like with
Mm.
them at the like with the at the events like Japan, LA, or like in Brazil. I
Mm.
was like always like going to the gym, sleeping well, like trying to not eat like junk food or like
Mm.
eat whatever they like were eating,
Mm.
and just like keep grinding ranked in case I have to be like I have to play, you know.
Mm. Do you think that's contributed to how you were able to just show up and essentially, you know, I think for a lot of people kind of come out of nowhere, certainly in the international scene, and just absolutely like phenomenal performance. Really, do you think that's contributed to it?
I think like the difference between ranked and like practice and officials is
Mm.
kind of big, to be honest. It's like it's ranked might help you individually, but it's not gonna help you as a team. It's like,
Mm.
but when it comes to practice, you're usually like people are just like at the individual, like the at the top of the individual skill, but the difference is in the like the team play.
Mm. Mm.
It might be like the some players might be like a star players and they are like really good, insanely like one of the best individuals you can get, and but like even though they might be the best individuals, they might not be like the best team players. So
Where would you say that you fit into this? Would you say that you're
like
more of a star player, or would you say that you're more of a team player?
I'm more of a team player, but like I like to shine as well, you know. But like it's it's in everyone's head, to be honest. It's like who don't want to be a star, you know?
Hmm. Hmm. That's interesting. Why do you say it's in your head?
Hmm? Can you repeat?
What makes you say that you think it's in people's head about whether they could be a star player or not?
Because like people usually when you start playing competitively, it's like people want to be the best, you know,
Mm.
and they want to like prove that they are the best, and like sometimes they get into like the in the mentality of being a star and doing some like hero plays and stuff, so they're gonna shine and stuff, but like that's kind of bad, you know.
Mm. 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 I love that. I think it's often discipline is a big problem, right? I
Yes,
think for a lot of people, no matter the level that they're at, in fact, it's still concerningly such a big problem, even at the highest of levels. But then it's all about that balance with your confidence and your ego, which I think sometimes can be a challenging thing to kind of to get right. I think because
I
obviously you
think
want
like
people that are confident.
I think like having ego is not a problem. It's like
Mm.
the problem is like managing it, you know, because
Mm.
like the like having ego is nice because you can like get the confidence up
Mm.
and just go for a good swing with your teammate or good call with your teammate, but like
Mm.
if your ego is too big and you cannot control it, it's like you're gonna have this thing in your head that the enemy guy who killed you is just gonna he's gonna kill you, for example, and you're gonna start complaining, "Oh, he's a trash player," and he's like, "Why did he kill me?" and stuff, and you're just gonna tilt for no reason, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, that's very relatable. I have to say, unfortunately, very relatable to my experience.
Well, I still do it myself. I cannot say I don't do it, but like
Mm,
I need to like start to control it because sometimes it's annoying. It's like a domino effect, to be honest, because like
mm,
you tilt in the team, others will tilt and they will go quiet, and the practice is not gonna be like fun and stuff.
mm, mm. Yeah, I mean, it's yeah. Well, then you just wasted a load of scrims, right? And it was just like, okay, well, that was a waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think we've all been there. I want to go back to what you said about having you enjoy playing lots of different roles, and you kind of enjoy Do you enjoy the challenge of playing different roles, or do you like being able to play differently on different roles?
Like it's like both of them because like I like
Hmm.
to play like different roles and adapt, but like I like because like I'm like a I like to copy others' playstyles, you know. Like I might like
Mm-hmm.
one game I might be like really aggressive, the next game I might be like play defensively, like just like it depends how I feel, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I watch votes and I like when I watch someone vote, I can like just try to copy their playstyle and just try it myself how it fits me, you know.
Mm-hmm. So when it comes to uh, when you were playing in FNATIC and you were subbing in for Alfia, was it specifically him that you had studied to try and copy the way that he was playing to fill in the team?
I didn't like study how he played. Honestly, it was like more of a defensive playstyle. It was like how we were doing in practice,
Mm-hmm.
and like I didn't have like that big privilege of a like Alpha has like just going for a swings. It was more like play defensively because they don't know how do I do in the tier 1 matches,
Mm-hmm.
and just like play or more of a like defensive game, and just like
Interesting.
in like most of the times I was just called to play when they hit a wall, you know. They cannot just push somewhere and I just can just start playing, just going for a lurks and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And how did you feel about your performance uh,
I
there?
think like I didn't play for a long time with them. It's like the first officials versus Gens, it was only
Mm.
like 4 or 5 days practice with them. So I think if I was given a lot more time to like practice with them because like I wasn't like practicing like
Of course. Yeah.
24/7 because like I was just a sub.
Yeah.
But like there was moments when I was subbing in. There was even a moment that I could sub in versus match in Sentinels because Leo had COVID and we didn't know
Mm.
if he will have like a isolation
Yeah.
room, and there was a moment I would play for him.
Mm.
But yeah, overall I felt good with it.
Mm.
Even though I practiced only 1 week, I think I could do better if I practice more. But yeah, I feel like I did pretty well despite it was only 1 week.
Yeah, that's honestly that's crazy. Did you how much warning did you get that you were going to have to play?
Uh, it was like 3 or 2 days before I and they told me that I might have to play because
Yeah.
Alphazers couldn't get visa, and I was just going by train the next day.
Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely. I mean, that's crazy. It's really impressive that you were able to do that. How did you I mean, presumably you got some extra practice time with the team to prepare for that as well. How
Mm.
else how did you prepare for that?
Like peak of a support, like it was mainly Boaster, to be honest,
Hmm.
because like he was like daily checking on me if I feel good, if I don't feel good, like like there's a lot of Fnatic videos that he tells players to just like visuals the stuff like we are
Hmm.
winning 0-6, we are losing 0-6, you know, and just type of stuff, and uh, just told me to not be like overconfident, you know, and just
Mm.
don't like uh, overheat and stuff, and it's
Mm.
gonna be
Mm.
fine.
Yeah, well, and it was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. I'd love to know more about the kind of exercise. I think visualization exercises are an interesting one because I certainly, in my experience, have found them to be useful. I think. What was your experience like with them?
Like we were doing a visualization like the stuff and like breathing stuff as well, but
Hmm. Hmm.
I think the visualize I cannot say it
It's
like
okay. Yeah, yeah. I know what you're
visualization
saying.
stuff. It's really nice because he told us to do it like before the bed and stuff,
Mm.
and it's just like close your eyes and think about it and just like visual it, and
Mm.
it worked pretty well, honestly.
Yeah, I think sometimes I think the situation for me where it really stands out actually I think is where it kind of avoids that panic, where like maybe you're not doing so well in the game, and you're like, no, but I've been here before. I know how to think through it. I've thought about being down. It's 9-12, and we've got to win 3 rounds in a row. And like just staying calm under that pressure. I think that's something that it really helps with.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think it's a tough one. So what else? Tell me more about FNATIC. Tell me more behind the curtain, obviously of what you can say. Things that you really
About
think make the
about
difference.
Fnatic, like it's not like a usual typical team that would just practice, go play, leave, and repeat. Fnatic is more of a like a family, eating together, going out together, like doing stuff together. Even like you have like a break in practice, and you just go to the shop, and everybody is asking each other, "Do you want to go? Do you want to go? Do you want to go?" And just this type of stuff. If someone had problem, they went to our performance coach, to you, and
Yeah.
they were just talking it with him. Like I think like Fnatic is like really like one of the best team, and is gonna be one of the best teams. There is no doubt about it, because like the consistencies and the team play they have is like really to copy. Like they are not just like a teammates; they are friends outside of the game, and that's like one of the important things to play well and trust each other.
Yeah, I think they're well. I mean, I think their organization for such a long time has been known for their prowess when it comes to culture, right? I think they are a team that strives for that, and I mean, it's very much stated, in fact, in their company values that it's kind of what they're there for is to kind of build the culture and everyone being genuine and actually, like you say, putting yourself out there, being friends with each other. In fact, even taking it to that level, I think is something that's challenging to
But it's like
replicate.
not only about the coaches, like even managers, the staff, the CEOs, they are coming to the tournaments and they're watching. We are even eating together. So it's like it's not like a team that
No.
go buy players and win everything. Just like they are just like a family.
Yeah, I think that's interesting you say that as well, because it's like I said, I think from the outside, it isn't just the team, like you say. I mean, I see it as broader the whole company. In fact, right, Fnatic as a
Yeah.
company has this whole ethos, and yeah, it's interesting because I think it's really, I don't know, this is a point that really interests me because of course we have such a big problem now with esports organizations, especially in tier 2, not being so successful. And I think if people took a step back, companies, and kind of tried to understand what makes some of these big companies so successful and have that longevity, then I think I
Thing
think
like
that's something that would help.
I joined tier 2 team, but I feel like after what we like talk, because we had like a really long talk like yesterday, I think, and we talked about like really different stuff, the stuff outside of the game, and like it's gonna, because it fell for some reason like Fnatic. So it's
Yeah.
like I'm pretty hyped about like playing in this team. So it's not like a usual thing. Go buy players, practice, don't play, just go chill and repeat. Because it's like if you like even small things like asking your teammates, go play this, go play that, just play duo with me, play this game with me. Just that small type of stuff are building the trust between the team.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I think it's another reason why esports, compared to other jobs, is such a big commitment
Yeah.
because it goes beyond just playing with each other, right? You have to put time and effort into building that trust with each other and really working on it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's such a huge thing. When you play different agents, do you try and play like your Kamyk, or do you try and play like you play like the agent? How much change do you have in your mindset when you go from one agent to another?
Because it actually depends, because if they put me on a duelist role, I'm just gonna play like the duelist role. It's just like but I'm not like for example, when they put me on initiator, I'm more like defensive type player, but whenever they put me like on dualist or like sentinel, I know I can go like I have like more freedom to do something, you know.
I'd love
It's
to
like
hear. Sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I really want to hear you like break it down. I want to hear how Kamyk understands the roles, right? Because you're one, like I said, one of the few players that has played all the different roles, and obviously you understand them. And I'd just love to hear your kind of insight on that, and the little things that the other people can do, that the little changes in their playstyle that make you successful on so many different roles.
It's about knowing how to play the roles. Honestly, it's like you're playing the officials, you're playing the practice, you're playing with the coaches that tell you what to do. You're watching the games, and you just like see what people do, you know. And you just usually you just try to copy the stuff, but like sometimes you just play the role and something pops in your mind. You're trying that and it works. You're just gonna repeat that over and over again. So it's like just like for example on smokes, like on smokes you're not gonna see me playing defensively, you know. Like my coach, my current coach, he said like when I was playing on Omen, it was like I don't want another angel in my team.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So you're gonna play more like Redgar then. Yeah, I feel like those for me are like the two, like when it comes to Omen players, like there's Angel and then there's Redgar, and then there's everyone else probably somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like everyone has like a different playstyles. It cannot be like you will see like many different people, you know. It's like someone will go for a lurk with jet, someone will go entry with jet, someone is gonna hold with jet. It's like, but like when you play many officials against the teams you're playing, and you're gonna basically like know each other play styles. It's like playing against the same teams over and over again, so you know how the players play. But it might change because like the player might join the other team and the structure of the other team might be different.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, so as I said before, I think for me, like from you, I'd really love to hear how you think about Sentinel, where you think it fits into the team, and what kind of things you think you have to do as a Sentinel to be successful.
As a sentinel, honestly, it's like you have to like be confident in yourself. It's like you need to like have like you need to control the map, of course. You need to look at the map. So if you look at the map, you're gonna like gatherly and do like a map in your head. So you're gonna know where the opponents are, and like just even based off utility, you hear like even killjoy turret, sova arrow, this small type of stuff. You can just like gather like a visual map in your head and just do a thing based on that. Like you hear we were gonna do like a thing like it's ascent. You're on B. You're lurking as a killjoy. You hear the turret, the sova arrow based off the turret. You know 2B. Like you're gonna arrow on mid. That there's gonna be a jet with up, and you decide to like what to do. You know, based off the things. But like most of the like most important thing on like Sentinel is like to be confident in just like trying to go for a picks. Even though it might not work, it's like still like you're gathering a type of info, you know.
Yeah, because I think because unfortunately the only way you can gather information once your setup is down is with your face.
Yes.
It's yeah. And I love what you say about like visualizing it on the map, right? Because from my perspective, it's a lot about. I guess every single role has to manage risk versus reward, right? It's like whether it's the right time to do it. And I think if you're understanding what's going on the map, then you can understand. Okay, well, this is their weak side. I should be trying to play more aggressive here. I should be trying to pull the rotates if my team are trying to go to the other side. And I think sometimes people lack maybe awareness of that, right? That what you say about being confident, yes, is important, but I think sometimes people aren't thinking about the bigger situation. They're just being blindly confident, right? Which is maybe not, in fact, confidence, just going for a peak for the sake of it.
Yeah, like for
How?
example, like I said,
Yeah.
for example, it's like it was thing in FNATIC. If we hit a wall, you play. So I just go gather info or just like trying to get for a peaks and stuff. So for example,
Okay. I see what you mean. So you'd play as aggressively as you could until you couldn't go any more
yeah,
aggressive,
yeah,
and
yes,
that's
yes,
how you would really pull the information out of your opponents.
of course.
So what about playing on kind of the defensive side?
The defensive
Is it
of the
really just
Sentinel.
yes? Was it much more
Mm,
about having well thought out setups, and how much does your teammates' understanding of that setup matter?
I don't think it's like really about the setup. Like the thing about playing defensively on Sentinel is just to not die and just like keep
Mm,
holding the one side of the site, just gathering info. Just but you cannot like die, you know. So
mm,
like, and you're playing on defense, for example, and you're gathering info with your turret alarm bot. You're just gonna play defense. So like, for example, you're playing 3-1-1, like 3A, 1 mid, and the B killjoy. So you're just gathering the info and you're just trying to not die. But
mm,
because if you're playing the weaker side and you definitely need to go for the retake here. And
mm.
most of the people don't understand you when you are alone. They're just going for like hero plays and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, something I think you see a lot in players that maybe have a little bit less experience is like, well, actually, no, you do sometimes just have to play retake. Taking a 1v5 is, well, I think it's pretty evident if you just think about what that means. It's just
But
not a
it
good
actually
idea.
depends. It's not all the time you're gonna play defense. You might have the utility from other teammates to help you, and you can just play the side and trying to go for as much as you can. You know,
Yeah, back to the question I was asking before. How much do you think it matters that you know what your team are going to do in those situations as well?
a lot because like depends on the place. You can have like a you can do set like have set stuff that the like the set rotation. So it's like, it's gonna they're gonna take
Mm,
the mid after pushing A and there was no one, and they're gonna take the mid. There is no one. That is obviously we know it's B, and
mm.
there is no one to support me because they're like retaking mid. So I prefer to play retake in that moment. But like if there is someone to support me after they clear mid, like the arrow, smoke,
Mm.
like molly from like flash, you know, it's I'm gonna try to play on the side and try to play as much as I can.
And how quickly do you think it changes from moment to moment there? Like you say, so one moment you're playing retake, and the next moment, actually, no, my team's rotating over. We can either kind of flood, or you're going to get two people on site already, and then the third guy's, the rotate's not going to be very far behind.
The
How aware do you
yeah,
have to be in those kind of situations?
I definitely need to look at the map and listen to the comms. Like you know,
Mm,
like
mm,
comms are the most important thing in the team. If
mm,
you hear, yeah, we cleared mid, we are gonna help you be ready to arrow, be ready to smoke, be ready to molly flash and stuff. You're just
mm,
ready to like float on the site and stuff and play
mm,
around the
mm.
site.
It's all about thinking that step ahead, right? Being
Hmm.
aware of what comes next. Once you've pieced together the information, you are already ready
Hmm.
for that next step. Thank you. No, I mean that's really really insightful. So about you said you like to copy other people's playstyles. How do you go about studying what they do? I mean, like just watching a VOD is one thing, right? But like, how do you have any kind of advice for watching VODs? Is there any way that you go about it? Do you take notes? Do you take notes on specific things? What kind of things do you look at when you're watching?
The way they like position themselves, you know, and the way
Mm,
how they play around their utility. It's like the most important thing. And like I was like in trials most of the times lately. I was like a really aggressive Viper player, you know. It's
hmm
like
hmm
when it comes to Viper, it's like for example, like Nuts playstyle is one of the best ones, you know, you can get.
Absolutely, yeah,
And like when you try to play like him, really aggressive, the people usually don't know what's going on, and the Viper is right, you know. Like, uh,
yeah, yeah.
like it happened so many times. I'm not gonna lie that I just put my stuff instantly, like smoke or Viper wall, and just cross to the side, and people didn't
Mm,
like. And the important thing, like, is to be confident because like people are usually like smoking you off after you put the smoke and the wall up, and
Yeah.
people are just smoking and putting the utility, even though they gather info and they know that someone is short. They don't know where you are, you know.
It's interesting you say about Nat's playstyle. Is there anyone else that you really like to replicate? I think Nats is obviously exceptional, particularly when it comes to Viper. Is there anyone else
I
you'd like to watch?
I think like Nuts fits my like playstyle, you know, because he's really aggressive. So I like being aggressive myself. So it's like I didn't like watch too much VODs besides him. I think Les is really good as well, but like I never watched him like really play, you know. So I don't know how he plays, so it's hard for me to tell.
It's interesting as well, like you say, you mostly watch Nats because you think he fits your playstyle. I think actually more people need to realize that for example, right, I think Mako comes up a lot as someone to copy when you're to look at when you're playing smokes, but for some people Mako's playstyle simply isn't going to work, right? I mean, yeah, he's very he plays fundamentally incredibly sound, right? Like an exceptional player. But for some people, I think that maybe won't work as well as maybe playing slightly more aggressively or whatever.
But Mako's playstyle it changes a lot. He's like he's really confident in what he does, you know. It's like when he played against us on Champions, there was a thing when he just put a smoke and he played in front of the smoke, like nobody is gonna check him, you know.
Yeah.
And that's like when when you need to believe in yourself.
I think he's creative in that way. I think that kind of creativeness actually. The same with Nats. I think why that's what makes them actually quite successful is they do shit that you've never seen before or didn't expect, and you're like, well, okay, he just thought harder than me about it, which I think is I think it's a challenging one. But yeah, how much do you think it matters to watch someone to kind of try and replicate someone that really fits your style?
It actually matters a lot because it's like you're gonna be in the team, you're gonna get coached by your coach, and he's gonna tell you the stuff. But like, it's really good to create your own playstyle as well. So you can like when the things from your coach is not gonna work, you're gonna just try it your way. And when you try it your way, it's gonna work, and you're just gonna talk with the coach after the game, and this aren't. It's not gonna work, but like the way I play it, it's gonna work, you know.
So are we gonna see you on Sentinel again?
No.
Can you tell us what you're gonna be playing, or is that too much?
No, I'm gonna be playing Flex.
Okay. So what would you say is your favorite Flex agent right now?
Favorite Flex agent? I guess it has to be KO. But I don't mind playing anything. Like Sky and Breeze are really fun as well to be supportive, you know. But who knows? Maybe I'm gonna play a second duelist and some maps, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I hope to see that, and I really think it's interesting right now. Kind of what your thoughts on the meta, I guess, as it stands right now.
I think like, for example, the new agent, the Ace one, it's like it's gonna fit in a lot of maps. Like as a second duelist, not like a main one, but like as a second duelist who can go for a lurk. You're gonna kill guy. You're gonna have like a shield. You can push with the loud. Like creating him, like he's gonna create by himself a lot of pressure. You know, it's like I don't think like what people are saying. It's like honestly true. It's gonna fit on some maps, and he's not gonna hit on some maps. You know, but like for example, I see him on Split like taking the space by himself alone. Like it's like impossible to do anything against him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Split, actually, I think that agent is going to be absolutely disgusting. I think because anything with lots of straight lines. I think it's like, oh yeah, indestructible shield. Sorry, you can't do anything.
He's gonna like also combine pretty well with the agents who has knights. You know, like Race for example. You're gonna because he has like a thing that doubles damage through the walls.
Yeah.
And you can have mollies based on that. It combine like timings and stuff, and it's guaranteed to one frag. You know, for example, people forgetting that people are saying that it's bad, but like I feel like it's like really really good.
I think as with any agent, right? When there's a new agent, it's about being creative with it, right? And figuring out, well, actually, no, we don't have to. We could. People are very rigid in the way they think, right? They think, oh, this is what we're doing, and we play this way, and this is how it should be played. But actually, I think it's no. Let's do something totally different because this agent allows us to do that. When is the new agent? Well, obviously they'll be out for competitive play for the next season of everything, right? It'll be all out by next year.
Yeah,
So
it's when it's gonna be like it's gonna be released soon. At least like when the new season starts. I don't know when it starts actually, but like it's gonna be like available instantly on ranks and stuff, so people can play it. In competitive, it's usually 2 weeks after the release.
So I guess now I'm interested to hear back to the kind of this kind of composition, the meta as it is right now, what people are kind of playing. Well, I guess what was kind of the previous meta, what people are playing now in scrims and such. How do you feel about the Harbor Viper comps compared to the double duelist comps compared to like the conventional what we've been playing before? We'd play, two initiators and then one
It
duelist,
like
one like. How do you feel about those kind of three different types of compositions and?
it's like about the double smoker, like the Viper Harbor. I feel like it's gonna be a meta. It should be a meta on every map we played well. But like I think if you have like a really good and really good like a duelist, two duelist and initiator style, it's gonna beat that stuff. Because like when you're playing Harbor Viper, you don't have like match. You're just putting a walls and stuff, but like it's not a thing that can stop you. It's like smoke is not a wall.
Yeah. Well, when double duelist comp just walking through it, there's not really much you can do. Poor old Harbor. Yeah, this is for me the kind of the thing that I didn't really like about Harbor is that he can just get run down. Really,
Yeah.
If you've got a really talented like pair of duelists, like you say, they just run it down. And yeah, obviously this is something that like Anders has talked about a lot on YouTube and probably with you guys as well, right? About that kind of matchup between the kind of different compositions. I think it's really interesting. So do you think that the new agent, I've forgotten the name of it, but because they'll kind of fit into that duelist space, do you think that they will play like a duelist? Do you think we'll see double duelist comps played like they kind of are now, where you've got this barrier and we're going to be able to play very aggressively with it?
Like when you have two duelists, one always has to be like a space maker, like Jets and Race, because it's hard to like do anything without it. But like I mean, you have Omen who can TP in his smoke, but it's like wasting one smoke, one TP, and you just with it's just hard, But like I think ISO is gonna fit really good with like combining with the Race, for example, and like combining him with Race is gonna be like really amazing because of the double damage stuff and the nade stuff. It's gonna like the guy is gonna die instantly, for example. But like the shields, he can throw a shield which is unbreakable, and Race can just touch it in front of him and just push it with the wall, and Iso can ult the second guy, and it just makes like a lot like 3 kills. You just have Race ult, you have Iso ult, you just touch it with the rocket behind the unbreakable wall. You just killing the guy, Iso ult in the second one on the 1v1 area, and he has like the ability, the double touch, which makes him like he cannot get damaged by anyone when he's like he can get damaged, but like he has a shield that like needs to be broken before he can like get damaged, and that's a really good thing. Like in worst case scenario, after like his ulting is just like I don't know, gathering a lot of info, dying with one frag and gathering info is like pretty amazing, no?
Actually, yeah. Well, like you said, as a lurk, if you can do that, and you're like, oh, I know where 3 guys are because I was close enough to them all, and then you just, well, in theory, you've just won the round, right? Because your team are going to execute in the right place, and especially on attack, right? You've just kind of auto.
And also, like I think I'm not sure about it, but like after you kill the guy in the ult, you have like the double tap thing, so you just get a shield and you can try to go for one more, So it seems really strong in my opinion.
Yeah, it's interesting, like how you've kind of described it. Actually, it's almost like in my mind like an anti-Sentinel, right? Like you're gonna go and clear all this stuff out on your own. You're gonna take someone out with your role, and then you're like, oh well, guys, I've just taken the site all on my own. I've just done everything. Don't worry, actually, I just want us around. Sorry, taking all the space. I think.
But it always like it was with the new agents. They seem like broken and stuff, but they end up being like not bad, but like not used at all. Like deadlock is not being used anywhere. But I mean, Gecko. I think Gecko is like on some maps it's really strong. Like Lotus open field maps. And who was released besides Gecko and Deadlock? There was one more agent that is not used.
Guy with a TP. Yoru was.
I mean, no. I think Yoru is one of the strongest.
I think Yoru is insane. I want to see more Yoru actually.
Yeah, Yoru is one of the strongest agents in the game.
Yes.
If like used correctly, if you know how to play him, it's like you cannot do anything against him. You know.
Agreed. I totally agree. I've got some kind of slightly random questions that don't really follow kind of the discussion. But I guess the first one for me is, and this is one I'd like to ask everyone because I think there's always a lot to learn from this. Is what was the biggest challenge that you've had to overcome when it comes to kind of being successful in esports?
At one moment, it was either esports or either like school, you know. And like it was coming down to my parents if they want me to go esports because like I had to play full time. I had like two options to play full time. One was to moving to the Spain. It was Rebels Gaming, and the second one was Sector 1, but full time as well, but in home.
Yeah.
And like in the end, they told me to be like to do what I want, you know, and just like if I like something, just I should go for it, you know. And in the end, like ended up playing in Rebels Gaming and stuff. I think it was like one of the biggest like mental challenges, you know. And of course, like being overweight in esports is not a really good thing, you know.
How much weight I'm sure I saw a post. You said you'd lost like 35 kilograms.
No, it's not. I'm aiming for 40. It's at 27 right now.
That's just, I mean, well done though. That's really, honestly, that's so impressive. I felt impressed when I managed to lose like 10 kilos maybe a couple of years ago, and I was really, really impressed. But maybe I wasn't. I probably didn't have 30 kilograms to lose. But yeah, I know how challenging that is.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard if you're like being just hardworking and like discipline, you know. You're just sticking to the diet, going to the gym, like even going for a walk, you know, like 7,000 steps. It's like burning 500 calories, so it's like pretty big amount of calories you can burn, you know, by just walking around.
Yeah. You say about discipline and hard work. How much do you think that they've played a part in your success?
Like
in game,
like before FNATIC, it wasn't like that. I mean, I think it started in Newcomb when I started to like work out, like eat healthy and stuff. But like the more like I got used to it and just like put myself on like on the line and just like fully commit to it. It was in FNATIC at the beginning of when I joined. Like I fully committed to the diet. I feel fully committed to the like to the gym. I start sleeping well, like sleeping early around like 10 to 12. I mean, of course, there is off season right now, so I'm not sleeping that early, you know. So because I'm playing with my friends or something. But
yeah.
Like when this comes to officials, I'm just gonna go 10 or 12 p.m. to sleep. Like wake up the next day. I'm trying to go hit gym before the games and just have fun, you know.
Has it changed how you approach practicing the game?
From when I joined FNATIC, yes, I want to be like more disciplined and stuff. Like getting one pick, go back. We are 5v4, we have advantage. We can try to retake something later in the round. We can group up somewhere. Just that type of stuff.
What about your kind of like your routine, your daily routine? I mean, obviously it will have impacted that because you're doing other things in the day, but has it changed your approach to like learning the game, practicing the game when it comes to like aim routine or VODs or that kind of thing? Has it changed your approach to that?
Usually I'm not like bot reviewing a lot myself, only when I feel like it, and when I'm lacking something, you know, like I feel like I'm lacking how to do this, how to do that. But like besides that, I'm just like, I don't know, I'm sticking to the gym every 2 days. I'm training every day. Like I have a aim coach, like known for everyone. It's like a mini god, so probably everyone knows him.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm just like sticking to the things he told me like about my aim and just training it every day. And like I'm playing game every day. That's what it's like most important, you know, just playing the game and just having fun, not like tilting, you know.
Mm. How much time do you spend practicing each day? I mean, obviously you're doing it full time, but like given that it's off season and stuff, what does your schedule look like now?
6 hours, like practice. I mean, theory, practice, code review, and this type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually even go for like playing rankeds after the game, so it comes to more even hours.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, I'm playing game labs, and for like it depends, but it's usually 30 from 30 to 1 hour. Depends how I feel.
Mm-hmm. So you aim train every day.
Yes.
Do you think that helps?
I think if on a like short term, like if you don't see like a results after 1 week, that shouldn't be like a problem. It's like I think it's the same thing with the gym. When you don't you go for a 1 week and you think you're gonna, oh, I'm gonna look big and stuff. It's not it's not gonna work like that. But like when you stick to it like long term and stuff, it's gonna definitely help you. That's how I felt like at the beginning. At the short term, like 1 week, 2 week, I didn't feel like much of a difference. But when you stick to it, like it's like becoming part of your routine,
Mm.
and it's gonna like affect like your mental that, oh, I'm doing this and I'm apparently doing better in game. It definitely affected me in the game, you know.
I had another question that keeps on. Oh yeah, when you play, do you? I mean, this sounds like a. Do you go in with like specific things that you want to work on each time you go and play?
mm,
I mean, obviously in a team environment that's probably more common, but I mean when you're playing on your own or even in ranked.
I think it's usually like I don't have like to like specific goals in ranked. It's usually to play good and like just to not care about winning or losing because it's ranked after all, and it's much of the times you cannot like do anything yourself. But like I think that things that helps you in Valorant, like in the team environment by playing ranked, is just like coming a lot in ranked. Even though people are not coming, you're just gonna
Mm.
come. That you're flashing, you're arrowing for you, arrowing, the stunning for you, this type of stuff, and you're gonna just like get used to it. So you're gonna do it in practice. You know, like for example, you're pushing B, and you're telling your team carry mid, and they're gonna look mid because that's
Mm.
the place it's gapped. You know, for example.
Mm. I
And
love that point as well about coming even though everyone's muted and then someone just says shut up. What do you do in that situation?
well, I might be toxic, but it's like a normally different thing. I mean, normal thing because most of the players just want to play and just enjoy the game. And there
Mm.
you come into a rank, and people are just telling you to shut up because you want to play the game.
Mm.
I might go mad, but like I might be. It depends on a day because I might just do not care and just play my game. You know.
Mm. Mm. I think it's a chat. So would you keep on coming, or would you stop coming if someone says that to you?
I wouldn't stop coming, but like I would just rather sticking to playing my game and just like coming what I do, you know, or
Mm. Mm.
asking for the things like, can you flash for me, do that thing for me, and just smoke for me. But it's like different thing when people are not reacting to that, you know.
Yeah, well, like you say, I think a lot of the time it's just out of your control. You just have to kind of deal with it.
That's
So,
that's that's a good thing then when you have like a duo, you know, because you can play
mm,
your roles and you're just gonna come with each other.
mm,
And like coming with your teammate or your just friend, just I think it's pretty fun when you're playing with your friend and you're
mm.
just coming this type of stuff and just enjoying the game, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's proper practice then, right? And I think I don't know about for you, but like for me, certainly, I think for most people actually, like it's really that kind of feeling of community, of family that we get from being in esports teams. That's a big reason why a lot of us do it. Is for that feeling of friendship, right?
Yep.
And I think, yeah, I mean, I was never even when I played a lot, I never wanted to play on my own because I was just like, it's just crap, you know. You just get 4 people that are telling you to shut up, or like, and someone else is running it
Yeah,
down, and you're like, well, what's the point, you know? So it's
I'm
not
actually
fun.
playing with my friend on my smooth like recently, and the amount of people that don't know how to play or just play like I don't know trolling AFK,
Mm,
it's insane. It's only and it's like it's not like a small rank. It's like immortal from 3 to
mm,
1. You know,
yeah,
it's like I don't know how these people play the game.
I think yeah, it's worrying now. I think ranked is in a really bad state, or at least people keep. I don't play ranked, right? But a lot of people I consistently get heard that it's got worse and then it's got worse. But then I don't know how much of that is just people complaining because it's kind of a shitty place to be, you know. But
I think
then,
it's like a it's random thing. It depends what you
mm,
get. Like if you get people who talks, who enjoy the game, are not toxic. Even you do a bad thing, they're gonna tell you to not worry and just focus on the
mm,
game. It's like, but like the next game you might get someone really toxic. You know,
mm, mm,
it's definitely a coin flip. How do you are gonna feel on the ranked?
mm. How do you not care? I mean, how do you kind of get to the point where you don't? I think it's easy, like, oh, you know, like I played on FNATIC, so ranked doesn't really matter anymore, right? But how do you kind of how did you get to that point, I guess, and how much do you think it matters?
I think like for it's same with like with deathmatch. You know, you're gonna tilt on deathmatch because you died to like a bot, you know, killing you or something. And like with the time, you're gonna play more and more deathmatches, and you're just gonna stop care, and you're gonna play ranked.
Mm.
You're gonna stop caring. Like even like having a duo, it's gonna help you feel better, and you're just gonna talk with your friend. And for example, she talk about the teammates to him, and you're just and you're gonna let it out, and you will just simply don't care, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's a great way to do it as well. Just I mean, I love what you say. Just have fun. You know, I think sometimes we forget to do that. I think especially in a professional setting, actually, because I think if you can play with discipline but still have fun, then I think that's really where you've struck gold, right? And I think that's something that Fnatic does exceptionally well. I mean, you hear it in when you get the comms videos, you know, and you hear everyone just like talking shit in the middle of like a game that's so important, and to everyone else, they'd really be feeling the pressure.
I mean, I think like when it comes to play, of course you have to be disciplined and stuff, but you can sometimes joke around what our enemies doing. You know, it's like
Mm-hmm.
you will love bits of that, and you're like watch fanatic voice comes, for example. Boaster tells Derke to call him daddy, for example. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I love that. Like that, I think it just shows, right? It just shows how important the culture is. So I guess what things that you did in kind of your Fnatic that you learned from Fnatic do you really want to take into the new team, the new secret team that we're not going to mention yet?
The way they work, like even though it was like only a practice, they were always like disciplined and stuff, you know. It's
Mm,
like you're because it's like all about the practice. It's like you practice for you to play well in officials. It's not you for just play practice and show up like doing random stuff, you know.
mm,
And most of the teams still don't understand it. If you play well on the prac, it doesn't mean that you're gonna play well on officials, you know, because like you're gonna keep trying the same stuff over and over and over again on practice to just make it work on officials, you know.
mm. Is there anything else that you'd really like to take from?
Mm, the mindset how they go into the game, you know. Even though it might be like 0-6, 0-7, 0-8, the game is not lost until it's 13, you know. So it's like it's always in a state that you can come back. You just need to like keep your ground, have like stay focused, and just like have head up. Even though you might be going 0-7 at the beginning of the game, it doesn't matter how you start. It matters how you end, you know.
Mm, mm. Yeah, and I think they're a team that are very famous for their comebacks. So I think that's something that they really really do know how to do. And I guess For the kind of tier 2 players out there, tier 3, tier 2 players out there that are like aspiring pros, what advice would you give to those people that maybe even really at the top of tier 2 that want to make that step into tier 1? What kind of advice would you give to them?
To just stay positive and just to like change their like lifestyle to be like healthy at least, like going gym, like sleeping well, like eating well, like this is like really small things, but like they are really important as well, like eating well can make you like feel more energetic, can you feel like more like in really good state, for example, you're gonna wake up with better mood, like sleeping well is gonna give you more energy, like sleeping at least 8 hours a day, and gym is gonna like boost up your testosterone. You're gonna just feel more confident and just you will believe in your stuff, in your like in your abilities.
Mm. Mm. Well, thank you so much for your time, Kamyk. If there's anyone you'd like to shout out, then now's the time.
Hello to my agent.
Yeah, of course. Thanks to
Shout,
Stan for setting these up.
and shout out to like the Boaster. Like this guy is like unbreakable. To be honest, like he's 28 or 29, and he's still like he's the biggest hard worker I ever seen. Like
Mm.
he can go into a practice, and after the practice, he's gonna go do a strat and bot reviews. That's I admire him so much after seeing that.
Mm. Mm. Awesome. Thank you so much, Kamyk.
Thank you.